The CEO Diaries, powered by Harper Ellis Hair Co.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Again, if you're listening, I have the hottest, finest, sexiest guest that I've ever had on a podcast episode ever. And if you're watching, you can already see his fine ass. Welcome, Josh Harvell.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be a part of the show. I never thought I'd be described that way, and I'll take it, though.
He's fine.
So I'll take it.
Anyways, my husband, in case you're wondering, in case you're like, who is this man? What is going on down there?
Random guy.
It is my husband, so everyone can chill. But what was so funny, whenever we soft launched our podcast, everyone, we may have even asked on Instagram, what do you want to see from the podcast? And we had a couple people that were like, I want to hear from Josh Harvell.
Yeah, I've never done this before. This is the first time really doing this.
Are you nervous?
Slightly. I'm not a really people-speaking type person.
You want to hold hands? Well, holding hands
My hands are probably sweaty.
Ew, they are sweaty?
It's not my ideal thing that I like to do on a daily basis.
You're so nervous. I think it's kind of hot. Okay, let's dive into it.
Yeah.
We do actually have some valuable content to give you. Josh, this year, I'm going to let him kind of tell you guys, but quit his whole entire career, gave up the corporate world to work with his beautiful, exceptional, smart, awesome wife, me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't take that lightly. I've said that a few times, on other pieces of content, but every day I'm so thankful that he did decide to do that. It wasn't an easy decision. We're going to kind of talk to you guys about the financial decisions behind that, the personal decisions behind that, but tell them a little bit about what you did before you worked here.
So before recently, the last couple months, I worked with WestRock, a large paper company. I was a safety manager. I was there for 7 years. I was actually hired 1 week before I graduated college. I actually double majored in college as an environmental safety manager. So it was really hard for me to want to transition over with Tara, just due to the fact that I had to spend all this schooling, 4 or 5 years of schooling, all for this double major, just to give it up in my 20s and come work with Tara. So that was my hardest thing, was to give up something that I paid for to go to college for, and literally just give it up. I spent all that money and just not even use it. So
I got my way because I'm such a controlling and wife. I don't actually like him out of my sight. I want to watch his every move. And so I got my way. I'm just kidding.
And it wasn't me asking to come work for her. It was more of her asking me to come work. I really did like my job. I love my new job.
Where are we going with this?
I love my new job. I didn't have a bad job. I did enjoy it. So wasn't
you were forced here.
No, it just wasn't an easy choice.
Okay. Now, I think we were just to this point of, you have all these skills. You're such an organized person, which is really the value that he's brought to my plate. I'm organized to an extent, and then after that, I'm like a ping pong ball. I'm like, don't.
Yeah,
I'm really good at delegating. And
you guys see Tara every day. She's the face of everything. She's good, outgoing. I'm kind of the opposite of that.
I'm shy.
I am shy. I like behind the scenes things. I don't like my face out in the spotlight of nothing. I'm an organized person. I thought that's what I could bring on to the team here and help with Tara, organize her life on a daily basis.
Yep.
So.
And he really has, just kind of came to that point of financially we were at a decision, and it was hard for us because, Josh had a really good income at his other corporate job, and he also had benefits.
It had good hours too. It was pretty flexible. I could leave, when Fletcher needed something. It wasn't bad.
Because we also have a 2-year-old, for those of you that don't know. We'll talk about that in a minute, but Josh had the pay was good. He had benefits. He had health insurance. He had the 401k, the corporate dream. He had it going on, and it was just that we came to that decision of financially, and then for the future of growth and what you and I are wanting to get to.
Exactly.
And kind of behind the scenes, some people know, because they know me personally or even watching, I give tidbits on Instagram and social media and stuff, not everything, but you and I, since, you and I have been married for 4 years. I know that doesn't seem like a long time. For a lot of people, it's the longest marriage that I've ever had.
It's flown by. It's been fun. We've done a lot of things.
He didn't even laugh at my joke.
No. Married the young boy.
I mean, he's younger than me. A lot of people don't know that. He is
28. Tara just turned 32.
Yeah, so he's 4 years younger than me. I know, Kane's sitting behind the camera right now, like
4 years older than me right now.
He's a young pup, and I like it. Anyway, so we were to this point financially, and a lot of people don't know behind the scenes. We kind of dabble in a lot of things. I know this past year we actually have bought a bunch of property. We have a lot of land. And you dabbled in actually cattle. We have.
Yeah, never had cattle. When we bought land, my dream was to always own cattle. Bought some. They were fun. Made some money. Sold them. Yeah. Takes a lot of time for not a lot of money in them. So.
Yeah, he came home one day. It was actually him and a buddy.
I enjoy it.
It's like
I'm an outdoors person. So.
Yeah. It was like him and his buddy that he talks ranching and farming with a lot. We were talking about it at the house one day, I'll never forget, and I was like, okay, hold on. And you guys know, if you've worked with me before, if you've attended my classes, you guys know how my brain works. But I was like, okay, so you have this cattle from, this month to this month, and approximately how many hours do you spend a week on maintaining these cattle? Okay, how much does food cost? And I'm like, okay, so now then you have your profit after all your costs, and with your profit, you are approximately making $12 an hour. They were like, well, now that you put it that way and you've ruined our entire life and dreams, we appreciate you. Thank you, Tara. But it was more than that. I'm just throwing numbers out there. But it was just kind of, we probably will dabble into it again. I don't know.
It's fun. Fletcher likes cows. You know, if you're an outdoors person, it gets you outside. You know, it's,
for sure.
It's all about that.
And then we've had, we have a few investment properties. We have a rent house. We have, he's big with stocks and bonds and likes to do, different kind of investment accounts. And we just kind of dabble. And I've always believed, especially financially, never put all your eggs in one basket, and make sure that you kind of have different options just to make sure you're always taken care of. They say the average millionaire has 7 different streams of income. And so I always aim to have at least 12. So there's that.
We're working on it. We're in the process of it. So
he does a lot of things, aside from his corporate job, but we're just at this place, crossroads financially. Also in our personal life, we, with Fletcher, we have a 2-year-old, and he's in a day school situation right now. He goes Monday through Friday, from 8:45 to 2:15 every day. And so, with his work hours, it was really convenient because he could pick him up every day. And then I took him to school, and but after that 2:15 mark, someone had to have him, and then he's about to be out of school for summer, and we just got to this point of okay, hold on. Well, the first year of Fletcher's life, we hired a nanny. We had a nanny on salary. It was amazing for us. We were so blessed to be able to have that. But now we were to this point of okay, what are we going to do? Hire new childcare for the summer, or or he actually has a program he can go to school for a few days a week. And so that's going to be really helpful. But we were just kind of at this crossroads of okay, something's got to give. I was working until 6 and 8 p.m. every single night just to try to accomplish everything. As I split ways with my business partner this past year. That took a little bit of that workload that I had from me. But then I found myself in 2023. I was the CFO. I was the
she was smart.
I was the CEO. I was the whatever title you want to give me. I was
in bed at night on the phone.
Yeah, I would lay in bed at night on the phone or on the laptop.
Yeah.
Just trying to get accomplished and done. And I finally, looked at him and was just I can't do this anymore. I'm about to lose my shit.
It came to a point that she was so stressed all the time that I thought, coming aboard, I could, take away stress. That was the main thing for me coming on, trying to organize her life.
And he definitely has.
From the little things all the way down to, helping Fletcher in the mornings so she can get out the door and not have to fight him in the mornings. Just makes her day a lot better. So.
Yeah. And honestly, I will say, I've had multiple conversations with friends and other married couples over the years, and I'm not trying to brag on my husband, but let me brag on my husband. He has always, we've always both had jobs. We've always both had careers. And so never one day in Josh's life within our relationship has he ever left all the housework up to me, laundry. Matter of fact, have I ever done a load of your laundry?
I'm a clean freak. Anybody that knows me knows that, I don't go to bed at night until the pillows are straight on the couch and everything's put up. I mean,
He's a weirdo. No, I appreciate that so much.
Keeps it going.
Like, I don't even know that I've ever done ever a load of your own laundry. Like, what I'm trying to say is we both very much meet in the middle.
Yep.
And if anything, I feel like right now he even does more than I do when it comes to stuff like that. That's like a guilt that I feel every single night, but that's a conversation.
She's a busy woman, and like I said, I try to help with her busyness and stress by helping. So
I struggle with. I also struggle with it a lot because I deal with a lot of mom guilt, wife guilt. I'll talk to my therapist about it Thursday. Okay.
It takes a team doing things to,
And that's the thing. I think that from day one, actually Josh and I have never ever been to like marital counseling or coaching, and I'm not saying anything's against it. I do think it's probably time that we do something like that. We've talked about that, not because we're having problems, but because we're looking to grow in our marriage. But the thing about it is we've always from day one been on the same team. Like we've always coexisted, we've always met in the middle, we've always helped each other. You've helped me, I've helped you, and I think that's what it takes. And so
we've had big dreams from day one, and I mean the only way to get to them is by helping each other out. So,
right, we exhaust ourselves a lot, but anyway, so a lot of that to say, I know a lot of people wanted because I got a lot of questions whenever you quit your job and come here, and we were like, why would you do that? And I'm like,
it wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy. It's still not easy. There's
sometimes I'm still there's a lot of perks with working a corporate job, like you said, the insurance things and all that, and just
our insurance payment, because we now have our own insurance, private insurance now, health insurance, and it was drafted from our bank account the other day, and I was like,
it's not as cheap now.
So there's a lot of struggles that come with it, but I am very blessed to be able to be in this position. It's nice. He's kind of taken over. Casey Hicks does a lot of the CFO, for Harper Ellis Hair Co., but Josh has kind of been the CFO of my life and of our businesses and kind of overall everything, if that makes sense. And so it's been so helpful to have someone come in and actually do things properly and do things the way that they should be and actually spend time. He learns. We just signed up with sort of a financial coach, you could say. And so we don't ever take it, kind of in Casey Hicks's episode, we also talked about this, like you don't ever think that you've learned enough and you've got it all figured out. We're always looking for more coaching and to grow and to be better, especially on the financial side. And so he really has taken over all of that side of things for me, and I just appreciate it so much. I feel so much better. My stress is lighter. I just don't feel like I'm working any less hours, but that's okay.
That's how we're growing.
Yeah, exactly. So, and also it's kind of nice to slap your ass every once in a while at the coffee machine.
I actually get to see what Tara does on a daily basis. I used to think, like we joke about thinking, they just make TikToks all day long here in the office, but there's a whole lot more behind the scenes that actually go into that than all the fun stuff that everybody sees.
This is a good conversation. Hold on. There's a lot of value here, and you're just like rolling past it like it ain't no big deal. Tell them what you thought. And we briefly kind of talked about this before, but tell them what you thought. Like, what was your perspective of what I personally did day to day before you worked in this environment?
I mean, pretty much like I just said, I thought you guys came in, let's make some videos and stuff for the day that we can throw up on Instagram for stories and stuff. Let's make some content. I thought it was all about content. They're all
content. I'm from the country. I'm from the country.
Yeah, you guys can make fun of me for that, but that's just how I talk. But no, I thought that they just played games in here all the time, but
games?
Kinda.
What the fuck?
It's nonstop for her all day long.
Candy Crush? Like, what kind of games?
Y'all, I mean, I don't even know what y'all do sometimes in here. I get left out of the loop on a lot of this stuff.
I forget you're here. I do.
If you guys don't know yet, I have an office in the very back away from all them just so I can stay hidden and do things. So, like I said, I'm the behind-the-scenes quiet person that tries to keep things rolling.
Okay, what else did you think before you came, what I did day to day?
I mean, I knew you answered phone calls and did stuff like that, but I didn't know how frequently people needed you for just other things throughout the business. I thought, it's just when somebody gets mad, you have customers that get upset sometimes. I thought she just dealt with that. There's a whole lot more that goes into it.
Now,
just dealing with some customer service things.
Now, what do you think I do day to day? Like, tell me your true, honest percept. Like,
she has a paper for every single day with line items throughout the day of what she has planned to get done throughout the day, and it is a lot of things, and it's new every day. So there is a lot of things. That's about all I can say, and it's different daily because there's so many things to do.
I've made a post on that before. That's one of my like day-to-day CEO secrets. It's actually I think linked inside of my bio and my Instagram. You can go and actually print my actual to-do list that I do or that I have. And it's a today. It actually came from Casey Hicks. I can't take complete credit of the actual paper because he made it for me. I just utilize it a lot. He does too. We all do in the office now, but there's like a column that's like today, this week, and long term. And I actually, before I leave the office every single day, I cross off what I've crossed off that day from the previous to-do list, and I make a brand new to-do list. And it is full.
As an organized person myself, I think that's a great habit for anybody to do. I mean, it keeps you accountable every day for things that need to be done. So if it's in front of your face, you're probably going to get it done.
For sure. Another thing, Josh and I lately, just in our personal life, I feel like this would be interesting to hear, is we've really, we've worked on the dream income per se for a long time. Like, that part of our lives we've really focused on, put time and energy in. We know what amount of money it takes to be able to live what we call our dream life, which is a very expensive one.
We do try to have fun.
We have a lot of fun.
We save.
We work hard, play hard.
Yeah, we save, but we like to have fun.
Yeah,
so.
we save, but I will say that we are the pure definition of work hard, play hard.
Yes.
And I don't regret it.
Yeah, I've come to realize life is too short within my last year of things that have happened. You've got to enjoy.
Tell them what happened in your last year.
Most people have probably heard this, but I lost my mom. She was in her 50s this last year from cancer. She had cancer for the last couple of years.
She was actually diagnosed 3 or 4 days after Fletcher was born.
She actually went into the emergency room the day that Fletcher was born for the first time, just due to pain she was having, and
ended up being cancer.
Ended up being non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is what she had, and made it 2 more years after that. It was a long battle, but I lost my mom back in November of last year, and recently lost my grandpa that I was really close to this last month. So it's hard losing 2 people. I try not to get emotional about it each time, but they're like 2 of my closest people within the last 6 months. It's really hard. Yeah. So and then, not to get on that topic, but life.
And then up and quit your job on top of
yes, a lot of things. But
and on top of that, he's like the best dad in the whole wide world. He is so active. Fletcher loves him 10 times more than he loves me. It's just, and that's the thing, when you get love from a 2-year-old, it's so pure because they have nothing else to register from just how they really feel. And it just, it's okay. I'm not trying to hide it anymore. He does love Josh way more because Josh is the best dad in the world. And I do think that I'm a good mom. I understand that. But I think when Fletcher gets older, him and I will really bond. I think I've learned that most parents are kind of like that. You get this age and you bond better. But Fletcher's so into everything that Josh is into right now. The cows, the tractors, the boats, Josh is the cool dad, okay? You do all the cool things.
Yeah, I mean, I am thankful for Fletcher. I do think he has kind of held me together over the last, 6 months, through everything I've been to. Well, you have too, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I'm not talking about, I was just going to cry a little because that was kind of sweet.
Going through all that, that's, something to make your day every day through that. So.
Yeah.
It's rough. Sorry for the emotional stuff, but that's,
I also feel like too, it's made it a little harder, in the same breath, because I feel like when you have that child and the love for a child, it's even harder to lose people that you love because it's just it's just all these emotions are wrapped in one. And
it is. I gotta watch her all start crying or something here. It's just sad knowing that he won't get to know all the things of my mom and all that and stuff like that. So
we're not gonna go here.
We need to get off this, but it's been my last year. For people that have been through that, there's no way to explain it other than going through it.
Yeah.
So.
And I feel like, Josh inspires me because he handles things so well. And I think a lot of times he always talks about me and how I handle situations. He's always like, I let Tara handle the situations. And he only says that because I'm the mean one. I come in with but Josh always handles things with such like grace and pureness and kindness. That specifically, that quality of his is something that I love the most about him, because, especially with all the turn of events that's happened in the last year. And then not only that, we've dealt with a lot of heartache, not just in our personal lives, but also in our business. And
there's been a lot in the last 12 months. It makes you the person you are and the business that you have, through all that.
Absolutely. So. And, we've also mourned, I split up from my business partner, and some of you guys know that situation, some of you don't. But Josh and I had a really hard time with that because, and I think we still do sometimes, because that was someone that we loved dearly. And, that was I would navigate it as a business owner and what mattered in that situation as a business owner, but then bringing it home to the personal life, because this person had such a big role inside of our personal life. And it was someone that we counted on and someone that we loved so dearly, and we still do. I know. I don't think that's. I'm okay to say that. When
you live in a small town, you just still see them.
You see them, and it's heartbreaking, and so there's been a lot of loss in our life in the last 365 days.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes, in this chat that I have with my therapist a lot, but we've become kind of numb over the I think that sometimes we kind of shove things down and we're like, okay, we're just here operating, and we kind of become those like robots, and we're just, honestly, our number one priority at home is just to keep our child alive and healthy.
Exactly.
And give him a good life. And sometimes we come home from what we deal with day to day, or what we have dealt with in the past. It's getting easier, I will say, because we're moving on from things that have happened. But sometimes when you get home at night, it's like your last energy to play tractors or trains in the floor, and you give up that last little limb of energy.
Oh yeah,
you do it. So
you have to. That's
absolutely,
it's what it's all about.
Yeah. So we've now, especially since you come on, like, I know that now, since you've been inside of our walls and inside of this, you've always been inside of it, meaning like you'll hear me come home and bitch about everything.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm really enjoying this, because I always wanted to have a business of my own, and working with Tara now in her own business, this is, kind of like a dream of mine.
It's not my business, it's our business.
Well, I know, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like, Tara's the face of it and all that. But just being a part of something like this is awesome, as big as it's grown in the time it's been going. So
yeah, absolutely. And so now he kind of like understands and sees what we deal with, and the heartache of, just a few weeks ago, we had a really good employee of ours, and she quit, and it was a great thing, and honestly, we both parties were happy with the decision, and then she left and started bad mouthing me and bad mouthing the salon, and posting things on social media, and like, as bad as I want to sit here and be like, I'm this badass CEO who doesn't have any feelings or emotions, like, you got to kind of go through that with me, of like the struggle and the hurt of people hurting us and hurting me, and I think that's part of the job that you didn't realize was such a pain.
And that side of it I'm still not good at. Tara can handle that stuff way better than me. So
well, and like your part of it comes really handy for me, because you sort of have this kind of like a Casey Hicks personality of like, hey, just don't let it bother you, let's move on.
I know, and it's hard not to. They were part of you for a long period of time. That's part of your income as a business owner. That's.
And I feel like you and I both, and this everything about our company, we invest so much time and energy into our people, and that's what we want to do. We don't want to stop that, no matter how many times we get hurt or how many times people want to do us wrong. But we invest so much into people, and then when they turn around and turn out to not be maybe who we thought they were, it sucks. It hurts.
It does suck, because Tara puts a lot of her energy into her employees, and honestly, her biggest excitement is seeing them, do well. Yeah, so
absolutely. It's my purpose in life.
Yeah,
so
we said that the other day. That's a big deal to her.
For sure. But yeah, other than that, I was excited to bring you on, because I think that people wanted to even know what you're doing. Like
all kinds of things.
What's he even doing? I think that he's still, and honestly too, you guys, it's not that he just started, and I want you to know this, so you know kind of the realness behind the scenes of hiring your husband. Like, he honestly is still trying, and you've been here, what, a month and a half, 2 months now?
Yeah.
You're still trying to figure out what your job even is. And you know, and it's not even that, you
Yeah.
have a lot of responsibilities that you're doing, but we're still trying to find that like perfect balance of like, okay, let me delegate that to him. No, that's something I still need to take care of. And we're not there yet. And, you know, being the position that I'm in, I've learned over and over that doesn't really happen for a while.
Yeah.
And it takes a while for someone to get established in what they're doing day to day. And so we're not really rushing that. I'll just kind of delegate, you know, things, but he's taking things that I give him and doing it 10 times better than I was doing it, which is why so much value is being added into what we're doing every day. So, yeah.
So really just taking things, you know, that I can help with her. That way she can grow this place even more. So that's what my goal is.
For sure.
So.
And I appreciate having him on because he's hot. You're welcome.
Whatever. Whatever. Like I said, this is the first one I've ever done. So maybe there'll be more to come. Who knows?
For sure. Yeah, but thank you for being on.
I appreciate you letting me be on here.
For sure.
Bring me out of the shadows of the back room.
The shadows of the back room. I like that. Maybe that's what we'll name
everybody
this
that
episode.
listens, just know there's a guy in the back all the time helping things go around.
The guy in the back. That's the name of this episode.
The guy in the back.
The guy in the back. Anyway, thank you guys for listening, and hopefully we'll bring Josh back. So leave us a good review so that he'll want to come back. Yeah?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Love you so much. Bye.